Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you the ultimate guide to naval combat in Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. We have a bit of a flow that we can use in combat to get the most out of our shots, and I'll be showing you the best strategies to take down man-of-wars before you probably should be even attempting them. So this will get you lots of loot and also allow you to build up your ship even more. So I'll be talking about all of that in this video, the best strategies, how to deal with combat, and everything you need to know. Now, one thing you definitely want to grab is the shipwright so that you can block with that attack there. The brace is super impactful for reducing the damage that you're going to take, especially whenever you see you're going to get into a flow of shooting off your shots. They'll return fire. You're going to see their cannons turn orange, and when that happens, you just want to brace for the impact because it greatly reduces the damage you're taking, which means that you can take out man-of-wars way before you probably should even be attempting them. Now, I'll also be talking about boarding ships and the best strategies to use there. You want to use the swivel gun here to break up these any of the explosives that they have on board. Now, the only problem is if you're going against man-of-wars, you're likely not going to have the range to be able to actually shoot at them like you're seeing here. But you always want to use this rope here as well so that you can try to take out by assassination. Again, man-of-wars are a little bit different. One of the first things you should do is take out all the explosives like this. So working on that while trying to avoid your men is also really important. Now, another big thing on ship combat, smoke bombs. These let you take care of enemies by just assassinating them. You want to use your gun and smoke bombs often here. That's kind of the flow to actually taking care of the ships easily, and especially these big targets here, which you need a first stagger in order to be able to give a takedown just like that. Boarding ships is part of the combat in this game, so that's why I want to briefly touch on it. But yeah, you want to drop smoke bombs often and use your pistol. It's kind of like the quickest and easiest way to go through these as fast as possible. You're going to pick up a bunch of smoke bombs and bullets by doing this. So yeah, I would also recommend, if you can, grabbing the item that'll automatically loot all these targets, watching out for any of the shooting ones here because they're going to be the biggest thorn in your side. And again, smoke bombs, kick them off the side of the ship, and that is kind of like the easiest way to deal with them. So you kind of want to get into a flow of doing all things just like that whenever you're in a fight like this. If you stagger them, easy takedown to take their enemies over quickly. And for, again, these big targets, your gun into a takedown is your best bet. So yeah, parries are also obviously very important, but your gun is just so good when it comes to fighting on the ships here. That's typically what we want to do. Watching out that your men can block your attacks here, so that's something you want to just avoid doing whenever possible. And yeah, it's just a flow of takedown with the pistol and use your smoke bombs if you get overwhelmed with enemies just like this, where you can then just go ahead and assassinate them quick and easy. And just like that, we'll have cleared out the ship quickly. And using this method, we don't even have to repair our ship often, so you can grab the captain's lockbox, which gives you a ton of extra loot. We got 1,000 reals here, and with the lockbox, 4,500 reals, 7 crew, and a ton of materials. Now, the flow to actual naval combat, typically we want to start off with mortars and leading your shot with these. So you're starting with that. The front side cannons aren't really that great. You can use the ones that are going to deal with the sails, so you can slow ships down. But typically what we want to do is get into this flow where we're going between shooting and blocking like that. So if you can get a ram off, the ram is one of the most impactful ways to deal a ton of damage. But you want to be using the broadside cannons. So pressing the, you got to aim down to use the broadside cannons. But if you want to use the heavy shot, this is really nice if you're close enough. You can actually use your heavy shot here by just pressing the right trigger. It's only good if you're very close to the enemy, so don't do that and waste your attack timing otherwise. But yeah, you gotta brace your attacks here. That is just going to be the way that you reduce the damage you're taking by a lot. So watch for their ships to turn orange like they're about to shoot at you, and block those attacks every time. It is so important, especially when you're going against the bigger ships. If you're going after like frigates and brigs, that's not really like something you really need to worry about. But we want to try and use these side cannons as much as possible, and then alternate. If they're running away, putting the mortars in front of them. We were able to take down another man-of-war there, and my ship is not fully upgraded. It's actually far from it. So you don't need a fully upgraded ship to be able to do this. The best part about this is you can kind of do this at any point in the game. We unfortunately took down the ship here, but that's what happens. But yeah, you typically want to get into a flow using your mortars to lead your shots, using your front cannons if you're going to go in for a ram, otherwise using your side shots here if you're at large range, and then using heavy shots by just pressing the right trigger without pressing the left trigger to be able to do those heavy shots, which are more like a shotgun at close range. And I'm just going to use those here whenever I get a chance to. You don't get to aim them, that's the only downside. So you saw there I actually missed all those shots, so that was not ideal. And we're taking on multiple ships at a time, so it's not ideal either, but we do have a defending ship here, which is nice. I try to ram if at all possible, as that just does a crazy amount of damage. You can then follow it up with another attack, and then follow it up with the heavy shots from the side, and that's typically almost enough to take care of a ship. So yeah, we're able to blow this one up just like that. So the naval combat is kind of a flow between leading your shots with the faraway attacks, going in for a ram, and then blasting away with your broadside cannons or your heavy shots. And with that, you'll be able to take down all the ships in Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Don't forget to brace, and you'll have a great time. Hit the subscribe button below if this video is useful. I hope you guys all have an incredible day, and we'll catch you in the next video.